Welcome to Psychology Decode Mind, where thoughts are weapons, silence is strategy, and the mind is the battlefield. This is not just psychology. This is power decoded. Remember, in a world full of noise, the one who controls the mind controls everything.
They won't warn you before betrayal. They'll smile, shake your hand, then wait for the precise moment to strike. And when you seem vulnerable, they move. In this world, perception kills faster than truth. You don't need to break. You just have to look breakable. Machiavelli didn't survive by force. He survived by being untouchable in appearance. If you seek power, learn this. Never bleed in front of wolves. Even when you're dying, make them believe you're ready to kill. They don't attack weakness. They attack what looks weak. Machiavelli never warned about enemies. He warned about appearing soft. To become untouchable, you must shatter the illusion of fragility. No one cares what you feel. They care what you project. You could be bleeding inside. But if they see it, they'll exploit it. Machiavelli said, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." That's why image is everything. Master the image of strength, even when your world is collapsing. No public struggle, no crying on timelines, no pity speeches to people who can't help. Suffer in silence, because every weakness you show, someone's calculating how to use it. Next, talk less, watch more. The more you speak, the more weapons you hand out. If no one knows your mind, they fear what you're planning. Unpredictability is power. Silence is strategy. Machiavelli believed survival doesn't belong to the strongest, but to the most unreadable. Detach emotion from decisions. Emotional people get trapped. They react, apologize, and break. Not you. You replace, "How do I feel?" with, "What does this accomplish?" Being good doesn't protect you. Being strategic does. Forget being liked. Chase control. Approval is manipulation in disguise. Machiavelli said, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." Make them respect your presence, not crave your attention. When they fear disappointing you, they obey. When they love you too much, they use you. Cut off those who demand access. Access is control. The more they reach you, the more they learn your patterns, your weaknesses. Control access like a fortress. Be friendly, but distant. Present, but elusive. Let them see your shadow, not your face. The untouchable aren't overexposed. They're legends. Vulnerability is a target. If they think you can be hurt, they'll test it. But if you're unreadable, they hesitate. And hesitation is your edge. Power is perception. People rarely dig deeper, so master what they see. Your reality doesn't matter. Their belief does. Control their lens. You control their behavior. Most people expose too much. They explain, they defend, they overshare. That's weakness. You owe no one your truth. You owe yourself leverage. Craft your identity like a weapon. Be seen only as you choose. If you want respect, project cold competence. If you want fear, let your silence threaten. Every word, every gesture must serve a purpose. Never show the full picture. Once they figure you out, they map your weaknesses. Keep something unknown. Let them wonder. Let them guess. Let them whisper. Fear grows in silence. If you're struggling, appear calm. If you're unsure, act decisive. If you're planning revenge, smile. Master deception, not to hurt others, but to protect yourself. In a world ruled by image, reality is irrelevant. You can be strong and still be treated like a joke if your image is weak, or be hollow inside and feared like a god if your image is ruthless. Untouchables don't beg to be seen. They design a version of themselves that cannot be touched. Your posture, your words, your presence, everything must be intentional. Nothing is accidental. From now on, everything you do sends a message. Choose those signals with precision. When you enter like a threat. When you speak like a consequence. When you're silent, let the silence burn. You are no longer a person. You're a presence. Perception is either a leash or a sword. Control it, and no one touches you. Lose it, and you're everyone's prey. Build your image like a fortress. Hide weakness behind silence. Hide intentions behind confidence. Let every version they see terrify them enough to never test the real one. Loyalty is a beautiful word until you realize it's a leash. Machiavelli knew loyalty is rarely pure. It's a transaction. People aren't loyal to you. They're loyal to their benefit. The moment your value fades, their loyalty evaporates. If you want to be untouchable, kill the illusion that loyalty protects you. It doesn't. Power protects you. Stop building emotional bonds. Start building leverage. If someone respects you because they like you, they'll betray you the moment they don't. But if they respect you because they need you or fear crossing you, they'll stay loyal even if they hate you. That's the part no one admits. Power keeps people in line. Kind words, long friendships, they're not shields. Many are just waiting for the opportunity to cash in on your fall. So stay 10 steps ahead. Control what others need. Be indispensable or dangerous. Be the one holding the rope, not the one dangling from it. Praying they don't let go. Machiavelli didn't trust loyalty. He trusted power dynamics. Keep people close, but always keep control. Give just enough to make them depend on you, but never enough to make you depend on them. If someone does you a favor, repay them with strength, not submission. Never grovel. Never owe too much. Always keep the ability to walk away, because the one who can leave controls everything. Emotional attachment is the enemy of strategy. You can love people, but never let love blind you. Stay observant. The most dangerous people aren't your enemies. They're the ones who pretend to be allies waiting for your guard to drop. Untouchables build alliances, not friendships. They know that even the tightest bond can be broken by jealousy, fear, or ambition. So they prepare. They don't believe in forever. They believe in timing, control, and exit plans. That's what keeps them undefeated. Loyalty is a weakness when it's blind. Let others swear allegiance. Let them say they'll never turn. Smile, nod, prepare. Because when they do turn, you won't beg. You won't plead. You'll already have a replacement. You'll already have control. And that's what makes you untouchable, not who's loyal, but how well you've secured your throne, even if they aren't. Hesitation is a luxury the powerful can't afford. Emotion is the trap your enemies want you in, because when you feel, you stop thinking. Machiavelli knew this long before psychology gave it names. He didn't chase revenge with emotion. He strategized it. He didn't strike from anger. He struck from necessity. That's how the untouchables rise. They don't react. They plan. And when they strike to end. If you let anger lead, you overreact. You expose yourself. But if you detach, if you become cold, calculated, surgical, then every move becomes a step toward dominance. Untouchables aren't heartless. They're focused. They command emotions. They don't drown in them. Anger becomes preparation. Betrayal becomes silence. Pain becomes strategy. Let no enemy ever know how much they hurt you. If they see it, they win. But if they hit you and you don't flinch, if you strike back with precision, they doubt themselves. That doubt becomes your weapon. Become the kind of person who smiles at the throat while planning how to crush it, not out of cruelty, but out of self-defense. When you strike so hard they can't stand again. Half measures invite future wars. When it's time to move, end it. Burn the bridge, kill the peace, silence their voice, ruin their influence, make them crawl if they want to rise again. This isn't about pettiness. This is about survival in a world that feeds on weakness. Untouchables don't play fair. They play to end the game. Machiavelli said, "A ruler must know how to be both beast and man." The beast strikes without fear. The man waits, calculates, executes. Together, they become the perfect weapon. That's who you must be. Calm, emotionless, lethal, no heat, no warnings, no drama. When you move like it was always meant to happen. Silent, clean, irreversible. Let them wonder what broke. Let them sit in the quiet aftermath while you've already moved forward. The untouchable never explain. They don't justify. They don't beg. They eliminate and disappear. They don't chase revenge to feel better. They pursue victory to secure power. Every strike is part of the greater game. And if it ends with your enemies powerless, your mind clear, and your name untouchable, you've already won. Because while they played with emotions, you played for control. And that's when the game ends. To become truly untouchable, you must learn to vanish in plain sight. Power is safest when it's invisible. The most dangerous person isn't the loudest in the room. It's the one watching silently, controlling the room without a word. Machiavelli understood, once they see your power, they'll start plotting to steal it. But if you stay hidden, they won't even know who to attack. Visibility attracts envy. Attention invites sabotage. But influence from the shadows is invincible. Your strength should not be seen. It should be suspected, whispered about, never confirmed. The untouchable know. The more people see you, the more they prepare for your downfall. So stay low, stay quiet. Be the hand behind the throne, not the face on the crown. Control without credit, power without applause. Let others chase claps and crowns. You own the board. Let them wear the title. You pull the strings. That's not manipulation. That's mastery. Influence situations without being tied to them. Win wars without even being seen. The moment they see you clearly, you become predictable, a target. So vanish, be underestimated, be doubted, and strike when it's too late. Untouchables don't just win, they make others fall apart trying to figure out how they won. Let your moves be unseen. Let your name fade. Let your face be unknown. But let your impact be undeniable. Machiavelli said, "It is better to be feared than loved." But the ultimate level is be neither and still control both. Don't scroll past. This isn't content. This is armor. This is strategy. This is war. If this lit a fire in your mind, hit like. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications. Because every week, we're sharpening the blade of your mindset and forging armor for a world that wants to break you. This is where the untouchable rise. This is where you build your throne. Stay focused. Stay silent. Stay untouchable.